Hey everyone, in this video, let's do a tutorial for Squibler AI. In order to do so, here we are at squibler.io, and with Squibler, you can generate full-length stories in minutes with AI, the supercharged AI story writer that creates full-length books, novels, and screenplays with just a few clicks, instantly ready for print and online. And you can see here that we can click start for free. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to have to answer a few questions here. So first off, what do we want to write today? Well, let's just go ahead and say, I'm just testing Squibler out. How do you want to start? Generate full-length book with AI. Sounds good. Here we have our title and what is the book going to be about. Let's go ahead and enter in some information here. Okay, so we have entered in our title and we've also put in a little bit of just a little nugget here about what our book is going to be about. It says here approximate page count. Right now we have it to 60. Let's see if we can push that up to 300, and we're going to go ahead and generate our book. So Squibler is now gathering information. And we'll go ahead and let Squibler think and be right back. Oh, we're writing our outline, so looks like Squibler is doing its work. Now Squibler is writing our content and making final adjustments. Okay, so now we see that our book is ready, and let's just take a look here. So we have our first chapter. We have chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. We've got quite a few different parts to our story already. And it says here that in order to read and edit the full book, we need to sign up with Google. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And here we are on our main page. Now, looking for our book and still not seeing it. So not sure if that's going to be hiding somewhere else. Let's go ahead and see. We'll say look into templates. So here we have different templates that we can start with. General fiction, fan fiction, romance, fantasy. Got starred. Still not seeing that that project. And I can tell you from experience, having spent some time with Squibler, is that if you are on the free version, it really is quite limited. So it seems as though it kind of gets you there. Maybe what we have to do is we actually have to upgrade. I believe that's probably the case. Let's go ahead and click on upgrade here. So there we go. So we have our book and it's ready to go, but in order to proceed, we are going to need to enter in our card information and we can start our 3-day trial. So let's see here. We can do annual or we can do monthly. And you can see here, we can explore the features, and on day 3, we're going to be charged our first monthly payment for $29. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. I want to continue with the limited plan. Okay, it says we're generating our book. Okay, and then it's going to take, looks like about 8 minutes here before the book is ready. So we're going to be notified. All right, we'll go ahead and click OK, got it. There we go. Now we can see our book here. So that's good. It'll be interesting to see exactly how much of our book we're actually going to be able to see without upgrading our account. So we'll go ahead and let that continue to work, and we'll be right back. Okay, while that's working, I'll go ahead and I have another account here. And so you can see here, this is a different project that I've started. So I just want to show you how Squibler works. So let's go ahead and open up the project. And you'll see here that with the limited account, with the free version, you only get 6,000 words a month. We've managed to go over that a little bit, but it is going to stop you at one point. Now, what you do here is you can use the autocomplete. And basically with the autocomplete, what you need to do is you need to just... first off, you have to have a certain amount of details already put down. And then once you get that down, then you need to put your cursor somewhere. And when you do, you're going to see that this button here that says write, it's going to light up. Now, I can click this here. Let's go ahead and see what happens. It's probably going to tell us to upgrade, but let's try it out. There you go. So going to continue with the free plan, but basically what happens is when you click on that, depending on how much information you have here, then Squibler will begin to auto write. Now you can use that, or you can use the guided function. When you click on the guided function, then you have a little bit more control over what it is that Squibler writes. So here you can see, what do you want the AI to write about? So if we are putting this here, then basically what we want is just to put in some information here to give Squibler an idea of what it is that we're looking for. So we could say something like, our two characters are having a discussion about history. Now, we could get more in depth. I just want to give you an idea of how this works. And then you can see here that in the bottom, it has lighted up again to click the right button. So again, if you click on that, then it's going to do the same thing that we had before. And it's basically going to tell you that you have to upgrade your account. So now there's a couple of other options here. We have the elements option. So if we click on that, then you could see that we have different elements that we can select. This is a little bit unclear to me exactly how it is that this works. I'm not sure why it says Charles Dickens, Charles Darnay. I don't, this is just kind of like in here. Now, if we go over here, we have the elements section, and here we can add an element. So if we click on that here, you could say add element. So we can create a character, we can create an object, we can create a setting. So the only thing I can assume based on this information is that if we head back here, so when we select our elements, I believe that these are just kind of here to give you an idea of what to do. If you're creating your own story, then you're going to want to create your own elements. So you're going to want to specify the character. It's a little bit confusing because Charles Dickens is an author. So, you kind of assume like, all right, I guess basically what it's saying there is that if we had Charles Dickens in our story, then Charles Dickens would be the one who is going to say something or something like that. But basically you want to, in the elements section, is you want to create your own characters. So you could see here, character, object, setting, and we can even create a custom element as well. We can add the name for our character. We can even put in a nickname. We can create a folder. We can add a description. We can even put in an image for our character, if that's something that you want to do. Maybe that's something that would be more appropriate if you were doing like a children's novel or something like that. But then here you have this bar that you can switch, and this is going to increase the creativity level or decrease it. And how much you play with this, it's up to you. If you up the creativity level, then the AI is going to take more liberties in what it generates. If you decrease it, then it's going to stick pretty close to whatever it is that you put in your prompt. So I might suggest that you try to be, this is sort of typical, but just try to be as specific with your prompt as possible. And then you might want to decrease the creativity level if you want the AI to try to stick as close to your prompt as possible. Here we have our tone, and we can set humorous, serious, sarcastic, optimistic, objective. And we also have narrative perspective first person, third person, omniscient, stream of consciousness, epistolary, multiple perspectives, interactive. So all of these are just little tweaks that you can add. And then once you're ready, you click on write, and then the AI is going to continue on. So one thing I could tell you is that while the AI is a very helpful tool in some ways, try to see it less as being something that's writing your story and more as an editor who is able to give suggestions. Generally speaking, you still want to do, I would say that you still want to handle as much writing as possible. You know, you could put in whatever it is that you want. And then maybe if you get to a certain point where you're like, I'm not quite sure what to do here, then this is where you might want to take advantage of the AI to create more details. But if you just depend on the AI the entire time, the results that you end up getting are going to be a little bit strange because the AI doesn't necessarily know what it is that you're looking for. So if you're looking for something that's just kind of bizarre and fun and creative, then you can depend on the AI. But I wouldn't expect that the AI is just going to be able to like write the best novel ever without you taking the time to really guide it along. So let's go ahead and head back now to our other project here. Looks like it's still thinking. So we'll go ahead and just let that finish up and we'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so we've waited for a pretty good amount of time and it still is processing. So I can only suspect that you are not going to be able to actually read your book and see what the results are like unless you upgrade your account. So just keep that in mind, but you could take the details that I've just provided you to at least give you a running start with Squibler. If you want to take full access of Squibler, you are going to need to upgrade the account. And that's all there is to it. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment and like and subscribe, and don't forget to set your notifications for more helpful tips. Also, if you take a look in the description, you will see a link to our Linktree. There you will find a link to our X account. Please give us a follow there. We're just starting out and we would be glad to have you. We're posting a lot of great AI related content on a regular basis now. We also have information on our upcoming Intro to AI webinars, and you can use discount code SkillCraft60 to get 60% off your subscription with Sintra AI. There's also links to Cider AI and EnzoBot. Click on those links to get started. You'd be helping us out and we would greatly appreciate it.